everyone! Today we're discussing the Dior Holiday palette in Black Night. This is the darker of the two palettes they brought out this year, and it consists of 5 very dark shades, except for the silver one. This is the second look. I also used one with the silver, but I really want to make use of all the smoky shades in this palette. I'll also tell you a little bit about my opinions on this palette and if I think you should pick it up or not, which of course depends totally on the fact if you like a smoky look or not, because that's what you're gonna get with this palette. Without further ado, let's jump into the first look, and thank you for watching, and maybe subscribe if you like this kind of content. For every look I'm going to use my ABH eye primer. My experience with these eyeshadows is that there isn't a lot of fallout, but just in case I'm going to start with my eyes and then do my base makeup. I'll show you the colors again. There's a couple of ways you can go with this palette, and today I'm going to show 2. You can really focus on the silver and just add a little bit of darkness in the outer corner, and that will keep the eye fairly light. Not really daytime light, but still brighter. And you can also make it really smoky and really black, and then choose the more reddish or the more bluish black to add some dimension to the look, and only use the silver in the inner corners or something. You really get some nice light blue tints by adding just a little bit of the blue, like this, and then blending it out. And that way it turns into a bluish grey, but you see it's quite nicely spread out. And then you can build it up slowly. So that does mean that this palette is more versatile than it seems in the first place. Now, in the crease and the outer corner, I'm really going to build up this blue. And I'm really going to pack the blue into the outer corner. And you immediately see what a change the brush makes. Now I'm going to deepen the outer V even more using the matte black. You see you get some nice dimension from the greyish blue to the dark blue to the black. You can really see the different colors, and I only used 2. So instead of all colors being very much the same in this palette, I'd say one color offers a lot more than you might think. I'm going back to my original brush and just blend out the dark blue a little bit higher, just to make this really nice and smoky. Let's see if we can really build up this black very intensely. Now let's see if we can really build up the silver on the inner side of the eye. First going to use this flat pointy brush. This distributes a nice thin layer of the silver, which makes it easy to blend a little bit over the black and the blue that we applied earlier. Especially on the top side, I'm blending it over the other colors quite far. This is already beautiful. And you could stop here, but I want a little bit more intense silver. So I'm going to use the little brush that, the little applicator that comes with the palette. Now it's nice and bright. Part of the Dior Holiday collection were two eyeliners. One sparkly black and one sparkly or more metallic gold. I think the golden will not match this look very well, so we're going to do black all over, but I'm going to start with the upper eyelash line. And I'm going to add this to the waterline. It's a nice eyeliner, but I have to say in the waterline you don't really see the sparkle. But we're also going to use it at the upper side of the lashes, near the lash line. Now to stick with the theme, I have this mini Dior mascara. It's the Dior Show Iconic Overcurl. I got this mini when I purchased the palette, so. It's this nice curved wand. I must say I've never used a curved mascara wand before. Is that weird? Let's see. Michelle Wong said that she always used it wrong. That you have to place the curl up. Yeah, I think she's right. Okay, so that's one coat. I'm not overly impressed by this. Let's see if we can build it up. Yeah, it's not bad. Alright, that's it for now. I'm going to come back with my face makeup on and we'll do the lower lash line. There, I'm back with my face makeup on. Now let's do the lower lash line. What do we want to do? We use the silver, blue and black on the upper lash line, on the upper eye. And I feel like this red will not really match the vibe. So what we're gonna do is first we're going to take the eye pencil again and put it in the waterline. And also between the lashes. And now I'm going to take a small smudger brush and take the sparkly black shade up here and put that all the way underneath the lower lash line. Connecting it here in the outer corner. And then with a little bit bigger brush, I'm going to take the blue again and very lightly smoke out the lower lash line even more. So we get that gray again. There! Now adding some mascara to the lower lash line. Now to finish it up, all we have to do is add a lip. I didn't pick up any of the Dior Holiday lipsticks this year, but I do have this one from a couple of years ago. It's this nice reddish pink. I think it's very holiday appropriate, and it also very well matches the cool toned eye. So we're gonna use this one. So my camera died, so I had to charge the battery. So now I am here with my artificial lights for the first time. I need a ring light in the middle, but I'll fix that for next time. Anyway, I wanted to show you the finished look. I think it looks nice. I think for a smoky eye it really isn't that dark. There's a lot of silver and it mixes with the blues and the blacks very nicely. We're going to start with the second look now. I've already primed my eyes with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Eye Primer, and for the second look we're going to make it really smoky, because that's what this palette is all about. I'm going to use the matte black, the sparkly black and the reddish brown in the middle. And we'll see how it looks. I'm starting out with a fluffy brush because this red shade will probably sheer out to be a nice transition shade. You see, it really does sheer out, and then it's also very noticeable that it's almost a grey, a greyish brown, slight hint of red, but really not much. And I'm going to bring it up very high. Because of my hooded eyes, I have to bring up shades very high to make sure they're still noticeable. Now I'm going to use this pencil brush to really add some depth, and I'm starting off with the matte black shadow, and I'm really packing it on the lid. Make sure you don't go too far in the inner corner. Maybe we'll put a silver there. I'm using this pencil brush so I can carve out the crease and still pack a lot of pigment. But we are going to blend it out with the shimmery black shade. At the outside of the eye, I'm making it into a little point. So we're making this V shape. And I have to make it a little bit higher, again because of my hooded eyes. Like that. Now the matte base is done, and I'm going to take the little sponge applicator that comes with the palette, so I can really pack this black shimmery eyeshadow. And this one I am taking a little bit further in. Because of the shimmers, it is a little bit lighter. This shadow is very creamy and it blends out perfectly even with this little applicator. And I'm bringing it all the way up pretty much over the other shades, but there's a little bit less pigment on the brush when I do this. And we are going to blend it out in a little bit. So, now that we've packed on every color, I hope you can see that it is a little bit shimmery. You can see it there. We're going to blend out with our original fluffy brush. Like that. Now, because this is a black eyeshadow palette or a smoky eyeshadow palette, I'm also going to do the lower part of the eye before adding my face makeup. I'm going to start with the, what is this? The Dior Show 24-Hour Stilo that was part of the holiday collection. This is a black with a little shimmer in it. I'm going to tightline with this. Now I'm taking the small applicator again, and this time I'm using the tiny side, and I'm picking up the red shade and smoke out the lower lash line. And you can see there's a little bit more red in this shade when it's packed a little bit closer. Connected to the outer corner. Then I'm taking this little bit more dense brush to buff out the edges a little bit. There! Now to add lots of mascara or lashes, I'm going to add these Ardell wispies for some drama. But you can see it does bring out the red a little bit to smoke it out on the lower lash line. I'm going to finish my face, add some lashes, and I'll show you the finished look in a little bit. I'm back. This is the finished look. I put on the wispies by Ardell. I put on my Rouge Coco Flash in 126 swing because I think it brings out the red in the lower lash line a little bit. You can see this is the perfect holiday makeup look. Maybe New Year's Eve, maybe next year, but still, it's always fun to play with these dark colors, I think. And this palette really gives you everything to do it. So let's jump into my final thoughts. So there are lots of things you can do with this, but it's always gonna be a little bit smoky. But still, I could have chosen to put the silver on my lower lash line, at least for the middle half, for the inner half, and that would have made it a lot lighter. I also could have left out the darkest black and kept it with the red or the blue. That would have made it lighter as well, and I also could have left out the eyeliners. So there are ways to make this look more light, but I think where this palette really shines is for its dark colors. So yeah, if you want a nice Christmassy look, I think this is perfect, and I think a red lipstick pairs really well with it. I think they made some nice ones for this collection as well, but this one works just fine. So that's my final thought. I really like this palette, and if you are interested in Dior eyeshadows, I think this is a very good one. And well, that's it really. Thank you for watching my tutorial on the Dior Black Nights eyeshadow palette. I hope you subscribe. I do a lot of videos on makeup, luxury makeup, also some drugstore makeup every now and then. And I also do art. So maybe I'll see you in the next one. Bye!